when you become aware, you start taking authority of your life experience, owning yourself right now. That now you're coming closely to be your own God, your own authority. When you start thinking like that, when you're choosing your thoughts and you're taking responsibility for everything that's happening in your life experience, okay? You're honoring yourself and you're honoring the world and you're honoring others as well. Right. So when you become responsible of your thoughts and what you do, you are more aware of how you respond to the world, how you treat other people. That one is very important as well, right? So back to sovereignty. Sovereignty is owning yourself, right? Totally owning yourself on a mental capacity, right? And also energetically as well, because everything's energy, right? You respond rather than react. You're responding then better than reacting, because remember, reaction is all about you being triggered. A response is that, yes, I understand the situation. Now let me respond um, respectively. You get my point? But if you are somebody that's just reacting to life, you've been triggered. It's the triggers that are sparking those reactions, right? So now you're not in control. You are living in autopilot. You are on the subconscious level. Subconscious mind is controlling you because you are being triggered. Okay, so that's the emotional sovereignty. Rather than reacting, you're now responding. You're no longer allowing others to control your emotional states. Okay, your emotional state is very important, and we are mostly driven by our emotions, right? We either suppressing them or we expressing them very toxically. We either suppressing our emotions or we expressing them very toxically because of fear. Okay, when a person's angry, they're actually afraid. It's fear. The underlying emotion that actually drives anger is fear. So people will say, okay, well, I'm angry and I'm really, really angry because I'm afraid, but I'm not going to let them know I'm afraid. So I will lash out. I cannot let the world know I'm afraid. So I'm going to come across as very, very aggressive so that I can protect myself. Like in the wild, in nature, when animals are attacked, right? They attack back, right? Because they're afraid of being hurt or even dying, right? So it's a natural reaction. Anger is a natural reaction to when people are fearful, right? Because you either run away or you stand ground and then you lash back because you're afraid, right? So people have this idea that people are angry or not afraid, right? But they say that people that run away or retreat are afraid. Both are afraid. The only way is that the animal has chosen, they have chosen different ways on reacting to the fearful situation. Others will run, others will stand their ground and attack and stop being violent, right? So these are the things that it's a natural response when you feel you under attack. Hi, Pittman, Guzman, how you doing, babes? Hope you're well. Thank you for joining my live. Today we're talking about being your own God, okay? And we're talking about different levels of how you can own your own self and be your own sovereign person, your own God, okay? So I spoke about first. I spoke about the concept of what it means to be your own God, okay? I spoke about that. Thank you for joining my life, right? I spoke about that. And then I spoke about sovereignty, the mental sovereignty, right? Your thoughts, choose your thoughts instead of letting fear and condition of society control you or dictate your thoughts. You choose your thoughts. That's a mental sovereignty, right? Now, a lot of coaches and mental manifestation coaches are teaching about manifesting, right? They're speaking about you choosing your thoughts, right? But remember that manifesting creating is what we do all the time. But what about when you want something? You're always creating, you're living your life experience, and you are a creator naturally, okay? However, if your thoughts are based on lack and fear, you will be manifesting lack and fear experiences in your life, okay? So that's what we know. Very important, right? Then the emotional sovereignty is also important. The emotional sovereignty, you respond rather than react, right? You no longer allow others to control your emotional state, right? So now you are mature enough to say, I'm going to respond, right? Because the fact that even you just react, you're out of control, you've been triggered, as I said. Then there's energetic sovereignty. You manage your vibration, your frequency, and boundaries consciously, right? Remember that. You manage your vibration and your frequencies and boundaries consciously. You're not now living in a hypnotic way. You're not just like going with the flow. You are actually managing your vibration and your frequency with what you are doing, what you're thinking, what you're saying, and what you are feeling, how you're responding to life. You're no more just reacting, you're now responding. Then the spiritual sovereignty, right? This is what I teach my clients. Spiritual sovereignty is important. You conduct and connect directly to your source rather than rely on external authority, right? So you connect directly to your source. You